Oh, hello, Abdallah. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh,
How are you, Jen?
yeah, I'm good also. Thank you so much.
I was talking. I was talking while I am mute.
Oh,
So
okay. I see. I can hear you now. That's great.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
So yeah. How is everything on your side?
It's fine. That's fine. Yeah, just staying at home. Because of look, I think. Yeah, I
Yes.
think for the first point, which is VPC peering, I think this is not related to EFS or EBS. It is
Oh.
related to networking. Yeah, you can remove it from here. VPC
Mm-hmm.
peering.
Yeah. But this is some of the concepts. It is tested in this quiz. So mostly I put the keywords for the quiz in here.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I got it. Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, this one I have to handle it to you because I'm very confused when I do in the quiz also. Um,
Yeah. So basically, what we will do, are we go to open the quiz, or we will
yes.
discuss first what is EFS and then do the quiz?
Yes, let's do it on the quiz. And once we encounter with those questions, then you can explain for us
Yeah.
more what it is. Okay, so let's go to the EFS first. So this is the 40, quiz 14.
Yes. This is for EFS questions.
Yes.
Nice. All right.
So the first question, let me start with the clock.
Yes. The alarm. Yeah.
Yes. So this to help you keep the right timing when you do the test also. Okay.
Yes. Your organization has an existing VPC in US East 1 with 2 subnets in US East 1B. They are running few EC2 instances each in both subnets and would need a low latency common file. Store for all instance. To share file for heavily, they have created an EFS mounted in all the EC2 instance and share the file across all the EC2 instance. You were tasked to increase the number of instances due to increase in workload. You created a new subnet in US East 1C and launched a few instances. What you tried mount the previous created EFS on new EC2 instance, the operation failed. What would be the reason? An IWS EFS does not support cross availabilities on mountain. By default, EFS is only available in one available create case. Now EFS created with mount target in US East 1 availability. So instance in US East cannot. EFS mount target security group inbound rule does not allow traffic from the new EC2 instance. I think the last one D.
Mm-hmm.
So when you create EFS,
Mm-hmm.
when you create EFS, the EFS can be accessible from all the VPC endpoint, all the VPs, all the subnets inside that VPC. So let's say we have a VPC in US East 1. We just create subnet in US East 1B, and the mount point for the EFS it's only in 1B because we have only one subnet. We will have only one mount target.
Mm-hmm.
However, because we are in the same VPC, we can still access all the resources within this VPC, but we need to confirm that the security group should allow access without
Mm-hmm.
even add any another mount group, mount targets for the EFS.
Mm-hmm. I see.
This is why the last answer is the correct one.
Mm-hmm. I see. So basically, mail target security group. Hmm. I need
Yeah,
to.
I can share my screen. Can I share
Sure,
my
sure,
screen
please.
for?
Yeah, please.
Let me
Let
share
me
my
stop share.
screen. I think it's disabled. I cannot do that. I think only you
Yes,
can do that.
that's true. That's true. Yes. Can you try?
Let me try desktop 2. Yes, this one. All right, this is my screen. This is my IWS account, and this is my EC2 instance. I have two, one in availability zone 2A and one in availability zone 2B, right?
Mm-hmm.
And here my EFS. I have created one EFS for testing. But when I create the EFS, I create three mount target. This is the mount target. I created mount target by availability zone, because this is, you can see here, this is availability zone A, B, and C. If we are going, we can do the same. If I can remove the 2A, let me just confirm EC2. I have 1, 2A, 2B. Yeah, I can remove the 2A. I will remove the 2C. I will keep only the 2B, right? So the question is like this. The question is, we have 1 in 2B. We have EC2 instance in 2B. This is 2B. And 2B, sorry. And we have another, and we created a new EC2 instance. It is 2A. We will take this as a 2A. The instance and by 325. 325, right? Because I am using this security group, the default one, this security group is the same in this one, in this instance. If I come here, I can see this security group, it's also used. It's 12BB. If I come here, it's 12BB. And this is in 2B. Even if this in 2A, what is 2A? Even in this in 2A, I can still access because I'm using the same security group. This security group is allowing access to that EFS. If I go here, I think this one, yeah, this one, 325.1.9. I still can mount it. This is the command to mount the EFS. No, 1 second, because I removed those things. So I need to wait for these two. Where is the EFS here? How to remove this from here? I don't need to. I want to move this from here, so I can go to the next one. Let me just, so I can move it. I need to go here to EFS. Let's just wait. And let's go to EC2 again. I need to run NS lookup. Yeah, it will take some time after I remove that one. Yeah, I can still use the IP address. I will get the IP address of the NFS, this one. Because I need to wait for that one. Let me copy just this one. Go here. Where is the mount command? Sudo mount. Remove this. Yeah, sorry. I can get it from here. Attach the command via IP. I need this one. Now I can see I can run the mount. If I run this command to see the file system that I have, I don't have here. DF. Yeah, I can see this is my EFS. I'm still enabled to mount the file system, even if I don't, even if this instance is in an availability zone, which there is no target mount target for the EFS. I can still access the EFS. I can still mount it. So this is why the answer for that question is we choose that because it's not related to the availability zone. We can just create one mount group, one mount target, and access this mount target from all the subnets in all the availability zone. The only thing that we need to confirm, it's always this one. The security group should allow access from the EC2 instance. So this EC2 instance, the first one or the second one, should have access to the EFS. That's it.
I see. I see.
Let me just bring back my others. Which one? The privates, yes. And the other private from C. Yeah, safe. The security group. I'll keep using the default. Yeah, I'm gonna stop sharing so you can share.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much.
No worries.
So let me share again on this.
Yeah, we need the timer.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yes, let's go.
So you have an IWS setup with an existing VPC in US East 1. You have a fleet of 20 EC2 instance attached to EFS with mount target on all existing VPC availability zone. Your organization had requested you to replicate the same setup in another VPC within US East 1, keeping the same EFS volume. How will you achieve this? Attach a new VPC to existing EFS, create new target for new VPC and mount EFS on EC2 with the new VPC. Create a new VPC, establish a VPC pairing connecting between two VPC. Use the instance that created in the new VPC to access the already existing EFS. EFS is available for all VPC. This is no. EFS can be used only within a VPC at a time. You need to launch EC2 instance in existing VPC. So C and D is not correct. Attach a new VPC to existing EFS. Create new mount target for new VPC. Now, A, it cannot be done because when you create, so it's B. It's creating B, yes. Yes, so when you create EFS, it's can be created in one VPC. So we cannot, so we don't, why we didn't get to the first one, we cannot, for example, I have VPC1, I have VPC2, I cannot from VPC2, I cannot directly create, I cannot create a mount target, the IPs that I showed you before, I cannot take it in cross VPCs. For example, I create 4 in one VPC and 4 in another VPC. I cannot do that. I can just create the mount target in the same VPC where the EFS exists, where the EFS is created. This is why we need to create a VPC pairing, and then from the VPC pairing we can mount the EFS.
I see.
Because VPC pairing will allow access. It's like you have two sites. You can imagine each VPC as a site, and then you create a VPN between two sites, and then you start accessing the resource between the two sites. This is a VPC pairing.
Oh, I see. Yes, I see. Oh, yeah, this one is the one that I'm very, very confused about.
Which you can start the timer if you want.
Yeah, sorry, I keep forgetting today. I don't know why. Okay.
That's fine. Which of the following ports should be open on the security group for EC2 instance and the EFS respectively to enable secure shell across access between them? SSH. Open port 22 SSH on EC2 secure group and port 2049 NFS on EFS security group. Open port 22 SSH on EC2 security group and port 111 now. So this one is not correct. Open port 24 on the EC2 security group and port no. Open port 111 on EC2 and no. So the correct answer is 1, is A. And let me, I think they have. Yeah, let me share. I can share my screen.
Yeah, you can.
So
yes.
For my test, so why we need the port 22? It's only for connecting from our PC or from your PC. So I have this port 2022 just to connect to the EC2 instance. This is why we add port 22 to the EC2 instance. It's only for connecting to the EC2 instance via SSH, and then you can mount the NFS. And the NFS4 is using the port 2049. If I search here NFS for port, where is this? I need to see this.
Oh, so this is a default
we can
option,
see.
right?
Yes, NFS4 run on TCP port 2049.
Oh, I see.
This is why we need to open NFS here on the EFS, because EFS is an NFS. It's like a distributed NFS. So here I am using, we can test this here. I am using a default security group, but I can go here to my VPC, to security group, create new one, make it EFS access. Gonna copy this here, same. I have one security group, and I will make here NFS. It's always, see, if I choose NFS, it's gonna directly choose this one. In here, custom, I will just make my default. So because the instance have already this one. So only the default security group can access this. And then create this one. Let's go to my EFS, manage, add the new one, EFS, show more. I can remove this. Show more, remove this, and remove this, add EFS. So now I have only EFS. So sorry, why it is not changing? EFS, 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 save. Yeah, now it's changed, EFS. So to test this, I have this EC2 instance. Let me go to the second one. I don't think I didn't install the one. Yeah, so I need to install this command first. I need to run this command to install EFS. And then I can run the mount command. I can copy it from here, attach, copy this. I need to create a folder here. And then I can run this. Yeah, I can, if the EFS doesn't give access, I will get here access denied. We're gonna do that. In mount EFS, I need sudo. Yeah, so I mount the EFS. Let's try to change the security group so we can simulate an error, so we cannot access the EFS. Let's edit this. I'm gonna change this to, I'm gonna make it EFS, and I'm gonna change the IP address. Let's put it in the IP. Just put an IP that doesn't exist. This IP doesn't exist. Save. Let's put, or I can delete this. Just delete this, save. There is no inbound, but I have this in my EFS. It's already attached to the EFS. If I go to my EC2 instance and try to mount it again, you can see it's it's stuck. The command is stuck. And it will give us connection timeout after a few minutes, after a few seconds. Yeah, it's hang.
I see.
You can, yeah, connection reset per pair. So it's not allowing me to connect because I didn't give permission per security group. The security group is not allowing the port 249 for this one because I have removed it here. I remove it.
I see.
So I need to give, yeah, go ahead, sorry.
No, I'm just looking at. Okay, so in the security group, we need to specify the port that we.
Yes. And this one, yep. Now if I go here, it's if I run it again, yeah, now it's mounted. To confirm that it's working, it's also mounted here. ls cd EFS, ls, nothing here, it's empty. cd EFS, also it's empty. If let's run vi, I think sudo. Yeah, sudo vi, let's say text.txt, and let's put here SSA lab and save the file. If I go to the second instance, I should see the same file. You can see the EFS. If I run cat on this file, we can see SSA lab. So this is confirming that we are, and you can see this is not this is the IP of this one. So to make sure, and this is the IP of this one. This one ends by 191, and this one. So it is not the same instance. And we are seeing the same file. So we are using the we are using the EFS, and we can confirm this by using this command. You can see here. This is my EFS, and here if I run it, here we can see this command, because when you add this option -O, when you add this open, you are telling the EFS, I want to mount the EFS with the data encryption in transit. If I add this, so I will not see the EFS file system here in this one. Let me just unmount this. EFS, let's go to sudo. Yeah, I need to go back. Run this again. If I run the FD, I will not see that. But if I run it now, the first command to mount, I need to remove this. So the data will not be encrypted when send it to IWS or when send it to the EFS. If I put DT-D, I will see the EFS DNS name. See? But if I add this one, the -O, if I add the -O TLS, it will not show it will encrypt the data and encrypt everything. Even it will not show the DNS name, the correct DNS name. It will not give the name of my EFS. It will encrypt even this one. This is why I'm here. I'm not. This is why here I'm not seeing the EFS DNS name. I just see this IP address. So yeah, this is why we need to create our security group and allow the port NFS port, which is port 2049, so we can access our EFS.
I see. Thank you so much, Abdallah.
I think we can run this one. This is a new tool, reachability analyzer. Let's say we put EC2 to EFS. So this one, it will try to, it's like to monitoring the access. And here I will put instance. I'm going to put my EC2. And here I'm going to put network interface. And here I will put one of the S interface are the EFS interface. So I will put here, I will put the port is 049 and create this analyzer.
Oh,
this one.
So this one is to analyze whether the traffic in your VPC, right?
Yeah, this one, it will try analyze if this instance can access my EFS on this port. It's an analyzer, so it will test and then it will give me the response. Let me just refresh here. Yeah, it's reachable.
I see.
If I go here to my VPC, let's go to my VPC security group again, and let's delete this one. Not delete it, but let's modify it. Inbound, let's remove this one. Again, save. So even with, I don't need to go to the EFS and mount everything. I can see this always from here. Where is the? No, not here. It's here. We need to refresh. I need to refresh this. Yeah, analyze path. Yeah, confirm. Yeah, it's pending another analyze. This is the previous analyze, which works. This one shouldn't work because I have deleted the port. This one should give me should give me an error. Yeah, it's still trying access. Yeah, not reachable. See. Yeah. So you can even test the security groups. You can test the security groups before even without even go to the EC2 instance and do that. You can test the security group from this one analyzer.
I see.
Yeah. Now let me stop. You can take.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you.
Control.
Yes. So
now
let me share with the screen again. So let's move to this one. Now you have
Yes, you have two VPCs. Yeah, in different regions, VPC-A, VPC paired with each other. You have created an EFS at the time. Yes, forget. You have created an EFS for VPC-A. When you try to mount the EFS on EC2 instance, you are getting a connection timeout error. What can cause the issue? An EFS take up an hour after creation to make mount. No. Security group is improperly configured. Security group mount target does not have input NFS port open. To here, this one we can choose two options. Yes. So it should be B. Security group B and C.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
correct. Yes, that's
Yes.
correct. Could you help me
Yes.
explain in
Because
this?
this. Yes. So if, let's say we have two VPC. VPC in. We can't do that, but it will take some time to create the second VPC. But I can share. Can I share my screen?
Yes, yes, sure. Let me stop sharing.
Okay, let me share my screen. And yeah, this one share. All right, so this is my VPC, right? The VPC that I'm using, it's here in this region in Sydney. Let me go to Singapore so we can replicate the question. I know I have a VPC here. I have a VPC here. Just confirm this one 31. The other one is 18. Yes. Let's go to VPC pairing. I'm gonna create one VPC pairing. Sydney, Singapore. This one, another region. Sydney. I need to get VPC ID, so we can create VPC parent. Let me come just here. This is my VPC. Where is the ID of my VPC? VPC. Copy this one, the VPC ID. Let's go here. Put the VPC here, name Sydney, and then create parent. Refresh. I need to accept it. Action. I think I need to go to the other region so I can accept it. Yes, accept request. All right. Now I have the VPC peering. It will be created. It's active. So the first thing that I need to do when we create a VPC peering is to modify the route table of this VPC peering. So I know this is the IP address of the VPC parent. So I am in Sydney. I need to go to my route table. I have to here. So I need to come here to route, edit route, put the IP address, and here choose the VPC peering connection. It's this one, then save. I need to do the same for my first IP here, subnet, no, route, edit, add this one, peering, save. So when we create a VPC peering, the first thing that we need to do is to change the route table. Route table should, let's go to the VPC. So the route table should have the both path. So in the route table in the VPC in Sydney should have access to the network of Singapore, and also here in Singapore I need to add in the route table. I need to add an entry. Let's click here, add an entry. This entry for the network of the VPC in Sydney. Here I'm in Singapore, and I'm adding a network entry for the VPC in Sydney. All right, now, so I have this. So my EFS is created in Sydney. If I come here, I can see EFS is in Sydney. And here, this is VPC in Singapore. I'm gonna open EC2 here in Singapore. Let me just create one very quick instance, launch, this one, C2, no preference, add storage, 30, tag. This one I'm gonna change it so we can create mine. Reviewing. Oh, let me just do one thing. Sorry, I need to do one thing. Kpair. I need to import my Kpair. EC2 browse download document key. Yeah, this one. Import. I don't like using the key provided by AWS, so I created mine. Next, yeah, launch. Yeah, I have this acknowledge, launch, view. This one, Linux. I will give it the name Sin01. Save. Let's go to security. It has this one. I'm gonna change it to SSH Singapore. I'm gonna delete this later. And inbound, I'm gonna change this. Refresh. Yeah, let's go here. Let's try to open this. Let's go. Now, what is the command? Forget the command. CD key, and then here SSH -I EC2 pub no PM. Then EC2 user at I did it twice. Yeah, yes. Okay, so I'm just installing the update. It will not take time. And I need to install the Amazon Linux. Yes, Control V. All right, so here we have the EC2 instance, this EC2 instance, which is in Singapore, and the EFS, it's here in Sydney, right? So I want to access this EFS. So the first things, if I'm going to use the DNS, it will not work because this DNS is in this region only. It's only in Sydney. If I try it, it will not work, I believe. So do mkdir EFS. Then let's pass this one. So this one, check the correct ID, and because if I put this one, it's directly will try to find it in IP Southeast 1, which is Singapore. But mine is not in Singapore, is in the other region. So I cannot use this one. I cannot use this one, so I need to use the IP. So if in attach, I need to use this command, the second one. Not this command, this one. I need to use the IP.
So if it exists in different VPC, then you need to use the MSS client, right?
Yes, I need to use the IP. This one, sudo mount NFS, and then I need to put the IP. However, the IP will not work. Why? Because I don't have a security group. I am not in my security group here. The security group EFS, I am just giving access to the security group of Sydney. Need to add the IPs of, I need to go here to my VPC, to my security group here, and this is Sydney. Let me just copy the IP of Singapore so I can access, so I don't need in security group here in EFS. This is my EFS security group. I need here in the inbound, I need also to add the IP address of Singapore. So Singapore can access. Custom, this one, Singapore. And let me add another rule for Sydney. So I need to keep Sydney here. Why it's not? You may not specify an IP address for existing. Let me just cancel and try edit, add a new rule, put the IP here and choose NFS and click save. Yeah, so here, now I give access to this IP address. So I'm giving access to Singapore. Let's go here. Let me control C because it will take time. It will not come. Clear. And let's run again the sudo. Now I can see the file. If I go to the file and let's see the EFS, I should see the file, the previous file that I have created previously in Sydney. This instance is in Singapore, and it can now connect to the EFS in Sydney because I have give access using the security group. This is why we have chosen the option B and C in that question. We need to configure the security group to give access to the VPC, to the instance in VPCB. We can imagine the Singapore instance as VPCB and the Sydney EFS as VPCA. Now we can see the file. If I run cat, I should see that SS. I should see, yeah, SAA lab, which I have created in our EFS.
I see.
Yep, this is how it should work. So we need to give access to the IP address of the Singapore, of the VPCB here. So the resource within VPCB can access. You can share your screen now.
Yes. Okay. So
yeah, we can check the timer if you.
Oh yes.
All right, you have created AWS EFS with default setting and mounted on an EC2 instance. Due to regularity policy, your organization has asked you to encrypt data stored on EFS. What do you do to enable EFS? Edit EFS volume and edit enable address setting. All existing data automatically gets. No, encryption address option can be only set during EFS creation. You need to create at rest EFS, copy data from all to the new one and delete the EFS. You can create encryption addresses routine. So it should be B. We can, if after we create an EFS, we cannot change the encryption. So we need to create new one, and then after we create new one, we can copy the data.
Yes. Yes, that's true. Okay. Oh, let me start it again. Okay.
You have created EFS with default setting. I think this is the same question, right?
No, it's a different one.
Per organization has asked you to encrypt data during transit. During transit, yes. What would you do? Enable encryption during transit. EFS use NFS, which encrypt data. No. Edit EFS to enable it. No. Encryption during transit can only be enabled during EFS. No. Enable encryption during mounting using Amazon EFS mount helper. Yes. Yes, this one. It's the same option that we remember the option -O space DLS.
Yes.
This is the option. We need to add the option -O space DLS. This is when we mount the EFS, so we can encrypt the data at transit.
Yes, exactly.
you are building a content serving web application with 20 EC2 instances. The EC2 servers are all load balancer and content storage for the instance will remain the same. You have chosen EFS to act as a common storage repository. Your application needs to have as low of latency as possible. When serving content to the web user, which of the following option is the best choice for this solution? Max IOPS performance mode, general purpose performance mode, bursting throughput, or provisioning throughput. So if we want the low latency, low latency, so we need to access the data as soon as possible. As soon as possible. This is a tricky question. It's between A and D.
Let's
But
try this.
I think A or D.
Yeah,
Oh, B.
B.
I thought.
So
Why it's B?
I think it's the option that normally here. So they explain in here like what is the use of general purpose and the use of max IO. So let me send you the document.
Yes. So I can check this. I thought I thought maybe A and maybe the max IO performance mode or the throughput, the provisioned throughput. So I need to take a look on this. I didn't know that.
Yeah, let's read this because the next question will also related to this option. So yeah, and the next question, like I don't understand it at all. Yeah, let's take some time to read this and then we will go. Let's do 5 minutes to read this, then we'll go through the next question. We only have 3 more to go, so it's good. Let's
yes.
Yes. So let's read the performance mode. Okay, so it doesn't cost any extra. So
Yes.
we have two.
Yeah, you can see the same here. And when you start reading general purpose performance mode, you can see general purpose is ideal for latency sensitive use case like web serving. The same question, like web serving environment.
Yeah.
Content management.
Max IO is a highly parallel application. So this one is for web application.
Big data.
Big data. Okay.
Yes. All right.
So let's try this one. Like I have absolutely no idea what they talk about.
This one, we are building a content server web application size not exceed 25 GB on 5 EC2 load balancer instance. You have chosen EFS for content storage. The content is accessible frequently by a large number of users. Which of the following throughput mode would you choose? To ensure that application on EC2 instance transit the data to EFS without any performance bottleneck. Throughput mode, bursting provided a consistently high throughput for smaller data size. General purpose performance mode, throughput mode equal provisioned. You can configure specified throughput irrespective of if EFS data size. Max IO performance mode. So because the data is not accessible the data is accessible frequently by a large number of users. So because the data is accessible frequently, so the data between EC2 and EFS, the communication between EC2 and EFS, it's too high. I believe we need to choose C, throughput mode, provisioned.
Yes, you are right. Would you help me explain more on this?
Yeah, so in the performance, we have that we have the bursting mode and we have the throughput equal provisioned. In bursting mode, you will get throughput based on the data that you have. For example, if you have less than 1 TB of data in your EFS, in the bursting mode, you will get less than 100 megabytes per second. So if you want to increase the throughput in bursting mode, you need to add more data in your EFS. So for example, if you want, let's say, to hit 200 megabytes per second, you need at least 2 TB of data in your EFS. So you need to create like a dump file in your EFS so you can hit the 200 megabytes. If, for example, you just need 25 GB, but you need to get this 200 megabytes per second. You need to create more data so you can hit the 200 megabytes. In this is in bursting mode. If you choose provisioned, in provisioned, you can just specify the throughput directly. Let's say I want this throughput 200 megabytes.
Oh, it's related to this. Can you talk more about the burst throughput? Like, I don't understand what it means. Like, what is the difference between bursted and baseline?
I'm not sure about this. Let me read. I don't know.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not sure about what is this baseline and the burst throughput.
Yeah, that was one of the things when I go to this question and I read, and I really confused about.
Burst to 300 read only for up to 72 minutes per day. Burst to 100 for up to 72. Drive up to 15. Read only continuously. Drive up to 5. Okay, so for the burst throughput, if your file system is less than 100 GB, you can have 300 megabytes per second read only for up 72 minutes per day. So let's say you have an application and your file system, your EFS has less than 100 GB. You can read with the throughput equal to 300 megabytes per second for only 72 minutes per day. In one day, you can read only 72 minutes with the throughput equal to 300 megabytes. After the 72 minutes end, let's say you need to read the data for 3 hours. The first 72 minutes, you will read the data with the throughput equal to 300 megabytes per second. And after this 72 minutes, you will read the data at 15 megabits per second. Because the burst, your burst ends, your burst only for 72 minutes per day. If you exceed this number, if you are using burst throughput, if you exceed the 72 minutes per day, your read throughput drop to 15 megabytes. You can just use 15 megabits per second for the rest of the day.
Oh, I see.
For the writes, you have 100 megabytes per second for 72 minutes. If you exceed the 72 minutes, you will just write at 5 megabits per second.
I see.
If you have 1 TB file, the burst time will be not 72 minutes, it will be 12 hours if you have 1 TB of data in your file, in your EFS. If you have 10 TB, it will be 3 GB, not 300 megabyte, 3 GB in 12 hours. And if more than that, generally a large file system can, if more than just, you can have 300 per 1 TB. For example, if you have, let's say 20 GB, you have 20 TB of file system, you can calculate this 300 per 1 TB. So for 20 TB, you will have like 6 GB data, 6 GB. You can reach 6 GB of bandwidth of throughput for 12 hours.
I see. Thank you so much. I understand it now. That we move on.
Nice.
Yeah, that's good. We are almost done with it. Yeah, that's really clear. Thank you so much. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. No worries. Your organization planned to use AWS for big data analysis. Total data expended to be 400 TB. Wow. They were planning to use 150 EC2 instance with EFS because of better performance need for the analysis. They have reached out to you asking for recommendation on performance mode. What would you suggest? Performance mode, general purpose? No, because we read that before. General purpose will not help here. It's not for big data. It's max IO for big data, right? So we need to use the performance mode max IO, provide higher level of aggregation throughputs and operation. So it's the
Yes.
yeah, we did this before in the document that you have shared. That for big data analysis, we need max IO.
Yes, that's correct. Okay, we are to the last question. Wow, we answer it well. Mainly you you answer it very fast, under 1 minute. That's great. That is a great.
The other one. The question number 9.
Yeah. It's very optimal because once you have the test, then you only have 1 minute per question. So very
Yes.
good. Okay.
Which of the following are typical use case of EFS? Data is stored redundantly in a single IZ. Up thousands of Amazon EC2 instance from multiple IZ can connect currently to the file system. Yes, this one we need to choose B. Boot volume, no. D.
Yes.
D, big data and analysis. Yes, I think these two. Yes, should
Yes.
be these two.
Awesome. Yes, that
Yeah.
correct. Is
Cross-region replication. Yeah, for S3.
Yes.
Cross-region replication.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you so much, Abdallah, for explaining. And we finished the EFS. So the next one we will do is EBS. And I'll do the same. I'll highlight the key concepts and I'll have the slide explained if I could. And if I couldn't, then I'll do it after the class. So thank you, everyone.
Yeah, I think we only me and you joined it today. So for EBS, I think we can do the same. Just you can put the like the subject or the things that we need to wear like this, and we can do it like today. We can, because EBS, I believe it should be fine for EBS.
Yes, totally. So if we go faster next week, because I think EBS we only have a few questions. I take a look at it. So if we can go it fast, then we can do it into maybe let's do the networking, because I did some of the practice tests and there's a lot of heavy content in networking and security.
Yes,
oh my
yes,
God, so many
networking, yes.
questions. So if we finish it, then let's do route 53, because I have seen so many questions that related to like peering and VPC peering and route 53 and stuff like that. So
yes. I think you are going to do your exam on September, right?
Yes, so it's September 19th and I only have a few weeks, so I'll I think I'll all right with some of the service. The thing that I have most question on is networking. I absolutely don't understand it, because before, when I was using AWS service, most of the network is set up by the infrastructure team, So basically, if I need something, that I just need to follow their guidance, and I don't have to really understand why it happened. So this exam is really testing my knowledge on that.
Yeah, so I think because we still have only three sessions, basically 3 hours. I think what you can do, just the things that just highlight the things that you need to focus on, because we still have only 3 sessions.
Yes.
Before your exam. So yeah, so check what we can do for the 3 session. 29, 5, 12.
You're right.
Yes.
So let's do round 53. Yeah, I think just round 53 and this. Oh no, auto scaling I've seen a lot. So let's do these 3 topics. So 19, 20, 21.
Yeah, so I think EBS you can you can do it. I think by yourself it's easy. But if you get any question, you can ask. That's fine.
Yes, absolutely. I'll create like quiz of the day and I was asking everyone on like the content and things like that.
Yeah, I mean you can do EBS, and if you have any question, you can ask on the question here, certification prep.
Yes, awesome. So I'll focus on these 3 things in the next 3 weeks. All right.
So which one we are going to do next week? So
let's do the 20 then. So let me fix it in here.
Yeah, so I will yeah, so I can prepare. So it's gonna be Route 53, right?
Yes. So next week is
29.
yes, first A29 2021. So we do route 53. Yes.
Yes.
Awesome.
I'm gonna show you one next time. I'm gonna show you one website when you can create a free domain, and then you can attach it to your EC2.
Oh, that's
And then you can,
nice.
yes.
Awesome. Thank you
So
so.
we can do this like a lab as well.
Yeah, that's good. That's great idea. That
Yes.
I'll share it with everyone the video so everyone can follow in their own time. That's a great
Yeah.
idea.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Sure.
So
Yeah.
thank you
Have a
so
good
much.
one. Have
Yes.
a
Have
good
a
night.
good
Bye.
weekend. Yes. Thank you. Bye bye.